Good afternoon and welcome to Collinwood Sports Complex here in Northeast Ohio, Cleveland, Ohio, where today we're going to play the 12U championship game between the Maple Heights Saints and the Southside Spartans. Hi, my name is John Good, Vice President of Cleveland Muny Football, and I'm joined by my partner, Jason Dunn, the Director of Cleveland Muny Football. And Jason, a beautiful day here in Northeast Ohio. Two good teams, good programs, well-disciplined, and a whole lot of talent.
Hey, John, it's late October and the sun is still shining at Collinwood Athletic Complex.
Amen.
I think we're in store for a fine game today between the Southside Elite Spartans and the Maple Heights Saints. These are two juggernauts in the 12U division. Had an earlier season matchup in which the Saints took that contest. So, as they say, the Spartans are looking to get their get back.
So the get-back game will be on here shortly, folks. But first, let's introduce you to today's student-athletes and participants and coaches. We'll take it over to Joe Wise for the announcement. Joe?
Welcome to Collinwood Sports Complex, home of today's 12U Junior Bantam Championship game. The participants for today's game are the Southside Elite Spartans versus the Maple Heights Saints. Starting with the introduction of the Maple Heights Saints, number 52, Zion Adams. Number 99, Aiden Alonzo. Number 28, Sean Boyd. Number 12, Amir Birch. Number 7, Amante Brazil. Number 19, Demarion DeLauder. Number 8, Khalil Deming. Number 75, Aiden Ernst. Number 13, Quan Everett. Number 1, Alexander Finley. Number 21, Torrey Hemphill Jr. Number 15, Ramiro Hernandez. Number 54, Tremaine Jackson Jr. Number 53, Delvon Jones. Number 20, Marquise Law. Number 4, Dalen Lockhart. Number 9, Ronnie Neal. Number 6, Devon Paul Ragland. Number 10, George Rucker. Number 2, Rashawn Scott. Number 3, O.C. Scott Jr. Number 50, David Smith. Number 14, Brandon Taylor. Number 80, Malachi Williams. Number 11, Taviar Williams. Number 5, Sir Curtis Wooten. Maple Heights is coached by coordinator John Watts, and their opponent for today's game, the Southside Elite Spartans. Number 6, Justin Chambers. Number 0, Aaron Carroll. Number 20, Elijah Chapman. Number 24, Messiah Dawson. Number 5, Justin Donaldson. Number 99, Ernest Dodell II. Number 95, Jadez Hester. Number 77, David Hughes III. Number 72, Amir Jacobs. Number 2, Chase McKee. Number 97, Markel McKenzie. Number 17, Cordell Smith Jr. Number 7, Michael Shropshire. Number 3, Xavier Steele. Number 75, Corey Travis. Number 1, Bryce Turman. Number 52, Frederick Ward. Number 15, Jahan Weatherless. Number 9, Jamon Williams Jr. Number 98, Nigel Wilson. The coordinator for the Spartans is Darius Hiley, head coach Michael Shropshire. The head coach for the Maple Heights Saints, Mr. Lyman Moffitt. Please stand and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
With that, folks, we're going to get ready for a fine contest here this afternoon. 12U Division Championship game in Cleveland Muny football. Southside Elite Spartans versus the Maple Heights Saints. Both of these teams have had a fine season, Jason, and they're healthy today. Everybody's healthy today. Both teams will shake hands, show good sportsmanship, and then they'll come out here and bang around. And today, folks, we will find out who the best team in Northeast Ohio will be in the 12U division. Today's game, the rules for the 12U division, as you can see on your screen, 9-minute regulation clock, 4 timeouts per game, 1 additional timeout in overtime, no kickoffs. The ball will be placed on the 35-yard line and put into play. Punts only if one coach from either team wants to, then both have to execute punts in the game. Automatic punt rule will be used. If not, that will advance the ball 20 yards, and there'll be a 15-second runoff during that period. The scoring is conventional. Touchdowns are 6 points, safety 2 points. Ball will be placed at the middle of the field. An extra point kick, you get rewarded for that skill set with 2 points. If you run or pass it in, it'll be the conventional 1 point. Today's teams are the champions of their conference, with the winning the national conference is going to be the Southside Elite Spartans, and winning the American Conference is the Maple Heights Saints. The Maple Heights Saints went 6-0 through the season, and they're here in the championship game. Let's take a look at the referees for today's contact. Jason, let's check them out. Who are they?
Okay, today's referees, you have Tony McPherson. Tony McPherson is a 1975 graduate of John Hay, 16 years of experience as referee, and an independent recruiter. You have Eric Miles, a line judge, 1985 graduate of St. Joseph High School, 17 years of officiating experience.
And an explosive play right off the bat. Looks like it's going to be a TD. Maple Heights Saints coming out and taking care of business right off the bat.
Wow.
As number 8, the offensive power right there, Khalil Deming, number 8, plays defense as well at linebacker, but that time he took the ball and took it straight to the house for the first score on the first play of tonight's 12U Division Championship.
You know, first play, and Khalil Deming's number 8 is arguably probably the top or one of the top 3 12U players in the entire state. You know, the kid's got that kind of talent.
Well, there's a lot of high school coaches hanging out, watching these games, seeing the upcoming talent is on the extra point. They give it to Demings again. He's pushing, he's pushing, he's pushing. I don't see an indication from the referees that the extra point is successful. Right there, they wipe it out on the far side of the field.
Okay. And gentlemen, finish up. I got our head linesman, Marlon Henson. Marlon Henson is a 1994 graduate of Bedford High School. He's got 10 years of officiating experience, and he's an independent physicians recruiter. And that will round out our referee staff for today's 12U Division Championship game.
So folks, sit back and enjoy. Get you some popcorn, something to drink. As you can see, it's going to be full of action. And like I told you at the top of the telecast, there's a lot of talent in this division, and there's a lot out here that's not out here today. But these two teams are loaded with great ball players, and a lot of them, folks, you will be able to enjoy here in the near future in our older levels and on the high school, I'm sure, and God willing, on the college or whatever aspirations they have in the future.
Yeah, man. Hey, Khalil didn't even let us get through intros. We're trying to announce the referees, and he already scoring touchdowns.
Hey, he's trying to take care of business. He wants to take home that trophy. You know, he put his best foot forward, so along with that Saints offensive line, and got in the end zone. Here's the Southside lead, and they break out with a big play on first down. First play of the ball game for a first down, as Wooten brings him down. Sir Curtis Wooten brings him down for Maple Heights, the fine free safety from Maple Heights.
And you can get that blast right there to number 0, Aaron Carroll. Aaron Carroll is a running back and doubles as a linebacker, 7th grader from Erie Prep. He's a captain on his football team. His favorite player is Derrick Henry, favorite team, the Cleveland Browns.
Aaron Carroll is a very familiar name. He's been a standout player in Muny football for some years, folks, and you might as well get used to us calling his name, because it's going to happen, and he's going to be talked about in the future as well. Two fine teams, two fine organizations here today playing. Coordinators, Darius Hiley, formerly of Glenville and Ohio State. John Watts, a great community advocate and a contributor to Maple Heights and the program that he has built over there on the south side of Cleveland. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be some laundry on the field, as number 9 right there was running the ball. Quarterback Jamon Williams Jr. got around the left side, but we saw the flag thrown in the holding area of the field, and I think that might be what the call is. So referee gets his equipment, turns it on.
Okay, hey, we got a block in the back, number 5 black, 10 yards from the previous spot.
You know, the Maple Heights Saints bring into the championship game the number 1 ranked defense in the 12U division. So on the offensive standpoint, from the from the Spartans, you don't want to be playing behind the sticks against this stingy defense.
So Justin Donaldson was the guilty party there that backs him up about 15 yards, and they'll have to repeat the down, so it'll still be second down. And we will get you to starting offenses and starting defenses as soon as we can. This game has just started off like a rocket. And when that happens, folks, we get a little bit behind, but we will catch up. And we will try to bring you the finest broadcast that no money can buy. So that's pretty expensive. Spartans with the ball, backs up. Not able to get anything going. Looked like there was some miscommunication. Jamon Williams, the quarterback, didn't know exactly to do with the football. Brazel on the tackle, right cornerback for the Saints on that fine, like Jason just said, #1 ranked defense. You can see right here on the replay.
You know, and that's a real stingy defense. And like I said, that penalty put them behind right there, nullified a long gain. So now we're staring at a 3rd down and very long to gain.
So on the offense, we'll go over the Southside Spartans. Spartans, Ernest Dowdell, left tackle. Jadez Hester, left guard. Frederick Ward, center. Amir Jacobs, right guard. Nigel Wilson, right tackle. Justin Donaldson, wide receiver. Michael Shropshire, #7, fine player. Jamon Williams, quarterback. McGee, Steele, and Carroll at running back. First pass of the game. Man there, not able to adjust. Very well defended by #7, Monte Brazel on the play. Brazel coming up with 2 great defensive plays here early in the ball game.
And let's go over the starting lineup for the Saints 4-3 defense. Left cornerback #2, Brayshawn Scott. Right cornerback #7, Monte Brazel. Left defensive end #10, George Rucker. Defensive tackle #54, Tremaine Jackson Jr. Right D tackle #95, David Smith. Right defensive end #1, Alexander Finley. Man in the middle, middle linebacker #6, Devon Paul Ragland. Left outside linebacker #3, O.C. Scott Jr. Right outside linebacker #8, Khalil Deming. Strong safety #3, Torrey Hempfield Jr. And rounding out that defensive unit, free safety #5, Sir Curtis Wooten.
So Maple Heights will take over on offense for the 2nd time. We'll see how many plays it takes them to get in the end zone this time, with Alexander Finley leading the Saints at quarterback. I'll mention we'll right off the offense of Maple Heights. Adams, Alonzo, Rucker, Jones, and Jackson is your starting offensive linemen. The wide receivers, Hill Jr. and Lockhart, both at wide receiver. The slot will be Scott. Finley, as I mentioned, is the quarterback. Running back is Deming. You've already seen him, and here he goes again, as it looks like 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. And look at that stride, folks, as he cuts back inside, and he'll take it all the way to the house. As I said, 2 touchdowns for Khalil Deming, #8, one of the key players for Maple Heights Saints, and you can see why he is. Great job again there by Adams, Alonzo, Rucker, Jones, and Jackson, the offensive line of the Maple Heights Saints, because these guys are taking care of business today, folks.
Wow, the Saints have run 2 offensive plays, and they've got 12 points on the board right now to show for it.
So the Southside Spartans, we're going to see exactly what they're made of today. And if they're anything like their coordinator and their head coach, this is still a ball game, folks. Do not get it mixed up. Michael Shropshire is a fine coach, and they will make their adjustments as the 2nd attempt on the extra point fails for Maple Heights. And Jason, you and I both know we've been in enough of these championship games. Those could be an Achilles heels later on in this ball game.
No, they definitely can. You know, being down in the first quarter, in the first 2 drives, down 2 scores, with still a whole 5 minutes left in the quarter. And like you said, Michael Shropshire, he's no stranger to this. He'll rally his kids, and once again, no matter the age, when you're playing on a stage like this and all that nervous energy starts to settle in, kids can go out there with butterflies, but it's up to the coaching staff, which you have a fine coaching staff, to settle those kids down, redirect them, get them engaged, just slow the game down, because right now everything is moving too fast for them.
I agree with that. And it's also a challenge to the coach, Lyman Moffitt, to his team, for them not to get too confident and slacken play, to maybe give the Spartans a big play.
And you look at him, Lyman Moffitt brings over 20 years of coaching experience, so his troops are ready.
And you see there the ball carrier on that play for the Spartans was Number 2, brought down by Deming. Busy man right here is McKee. Chase McKee, running back, key player for the Southside Spartans. Not able to pick up much as Demings was able to bring him down quickly. Chase McGee loves football and his favorite food is chicken. Favorite team is the Buffalo Bills. Not a bad pick. And Stephon Diggs, the fine receiver from Minnesota, early in his career, now with the Bills and doing very well. Snap of the ball, turn and gives to the running back. They got 3 of them back there. I believe that was Steele on that play, carrying the football, number 3, and he's brought down by a whole host of Saints in the middle of the field. 2nd down. Now that'll bring on 3rd down. And
we got a timeout.
It looks like we have a timeout on the field, and I'm pretty sure that was called by the Spartans so that they can slow this thing down, like you mentioned before, partner, and let them catch their breath.
You know, and the Spartans, the Spartans have a trio of ball carriers, and Aaron Carroll, Xavier Steele, Michael Shropshire Jr., and you throw the fourth wheel in there with Chase McKee.
Run off 10 seconds off the clock, clock operator, please.
Oh, the turnover.
Oh, that's what it was, a turnover. So the ball was put on the ground, and the Saints have the football. They run their 3rd play in 3 series, and up the middle goes the quarterback, and oh my goodness. 3 plays, 3 touchdowns. This time it was by the quarterback, Alexander Finley, who took a direct snap. And this game is starting off really lopsided in the Saints' favor.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing here. 3 scores, 3 touchdowns. Don't think I've ever seen a sequence like this. And now it's just the quarterback, direct snap, blast off the left side, nothing special. Hole opened up, offensive line did their job. Young man, take that trip to the end zone.
And he did take it to the end zone as the fine quarterback, Alexander Finley, comes up with his first score of the ball game. And the Southside Spartans they've got to pick their heads up and come out of this funk, as we've got a whistle and a legal procedure against the Saints.
Fourth snap, full start, offense, 5 yards, replay it down.
They're going to run in a couple players on the Saints side. Number 21 came in, Torrey Hemphill. Number 7, Amante Brazel came in, while number 50 comes out for the Saints. And that would be David Smith, along with number 3, Osei Scott Jr. So extra point try. Quarterback throws it up, lobs it, and it's incomplete. And so the 3rd touchdown, 3rd failed extra point by the Maple Heights Saints. And now the Elite Spartans will take over after that score. Folks, we do not have kickoffs in Cleveland Muni football. It's all about player safety, and we are 100% committed to player safety, as we have a lot of rules in place and protocols to assure that players don't get hurt unnecessarily.
You know, and that's a great selling point to a lot of new organizations and to just a lot of new parents. When they call, they want to talk about getting their kids signed up, and usually the first thing that they want to talk about is safety. You know, how can my kid play and enjoy the sport that he loved while still being safe doing it? Mm-hmm. And like you spoke on, we have a ton of modifications that make sure that we can provide a safe environment for our kids on the field.
So direct snap to the running back, and the outside is closed down quick, as number 3 is the ball carrier. That would be Steele, and he's brought down by Torrey Hemphill Jr.
You know, right now for the Southside Elite Spartans, you want to take any small victory you can get right now. And those small victories are going to start with just executing, just moving the ball. You want to start with moving the chains, and hopefully moving the chains will lead to you putting points on the board.
Well, the Southside Spartans do need something to get their spirits up, because down, like you said, early in the ball game by 3 scores, they have got to put their work hat on and just go to work. Don't even pay attention to it. As quarterback turns and gives it to number 3, Steele, tries the right side. He's got the first down, puts his head down, barrels forward, and he's brought down right there. Looks like the cornerback, Sir Curtis Wooten, who did a fine job of bringing him down.
You know, that's one of those small victory plays right there. And that's Xavier Steele blasting over to the left side. Xavier Steele is a game changer. He's got game-breaking speed. He's a difference maker on both sides of the ball. And he's that player that can get that offense to spark they need right now.
Xavier
24 seconds off the clock.
Xavier Steele is the player that we're talking about. He has been an all-star for many seasons. We got a little issue with the clock, so we have to get the clock set straight up so we can continue with play.
We're having a clock malfunction and trying to get that straightened out here.
So this is an issue that we got to address during the off season with CMSD, so we can make sure that the clock runs smoothly and there's no confusion between referees and clock operators and keepers.
Yeah, because the inside display displays one thing, and then the actual display out on the field shows something different.
Right, and it's stuck and they don't communicate, but the time is right, and we'll get it straightened out and we'll play. So the best thing for the referees to do is trust the clock operator and move forward. Folks, technology is not a perfect thing.
Sometimes the pitfalls of technology, you run into those glitches.
That's right. You see the old clippings of scorekeepers in the old days. They had somebody sitting up there. They had somebody sitting up there adjusting the clock and changing the score. Spartans with the football, and it looks like they're going to get a player to jump. All he had to do is keep going in motion. Looks like it's going to be Chase McKee as the guilty party. 5-yard penalty, and they'll replay the down. Maple Heights Saints off to a fast start here in the 12U division of Cleveland Muny Football Championship weekend. And the Southside Spartans will try to get it together here. They bust one wide open, and he is going to be, he got a fingernail on him, and he's going to be called by a horse collar. Sir Curtis Wooten was the saving grace on that play, and he got the penalty, but Jason, he saved the touchdown too.
He definitely saved the touchdown, and that right there is the same play they ran on the first play of the game, on their first possession of the game with Aaron Carroll. Just nothing special, straight fullback dive. You want to hit an aggressive defense real quick. Don't give them time to adjust. But as we look at this replay right here, just a straight fullback dive right off the left side. Bang! We call that a bang play.
Yeah, I don't think that was really a horse collar. It looked like he grabbed him by the sleeve instead of the back of the collar. So the referee, I think he gave the Spartans a gift, but they can use as many as they can as they give it to the running back there, and he is being swarmed. They got out of it.
There we
and
go.
It's up field, and oh my goodness, what a round!
That's Xavier Steele.
Holy mackerel! Xavier Steele, an all-star in Muny football for years, a very familiar name to us all, and he showed you just why, folks. That was a miracle run.
Hey, man, Xavier Steele said there's a meeting in the end zone, and I got a personal invite.
Good job by the offensive line of staying in there and blocking and continuing on the play. Excellent job by that young man Steele to say that there's a lot of fight in us Spartans. Remember that movie, Spartans, 300?
Hey, 300. See, that drive right there was about perseverance and taking those small victories. You know, they got pushed back on that drive right there with a 5-yard penalty. But then, hey, Xavier Steele answered with a big play. Take those small victories, move the chains, move the clock, end result 6.
Now that is a Darius Hiley, Michael Shropshire offense right there, and the no quit attitude in this football team. Now they got to pile up the extra points as they throw it outside for a slip screen. He gets upfield, he gets in the end zone. Jason, they get their first successful extra point after their first touchdown, and that's something Maple Heights might be a little leery of here as we start to move on in the football game. But now this Spartans team has got to play some defense.
Yeah, and that's how you climb back in the ball game. And as you mentioned, Darius Hiley, the coordinator of the Southside Elite Spartans. Darius Hiley, a graduate of Glenville High School. Darius was Senate League MVP. And head coach of this 12U team, Michael Shropshire. Michael Shropshire is a graduate of East Tech High School, where Michael Shropshire, both guys played the same position, and he was also MVP of the Senate Athletic League.
Wow.
Michael Shropshire, you know this, John, is the last quarterback or the last player who was on the team that beat Glenville back in 1997. So he was part of the last team to beat Glenville High School in the city of Cleveland.
Wow. Since when?
1997.
Hey, you hear that? You John Hay graduates and Rhodes graduates and Marshall graduates. You hear that? Y'all got some work to do. Shropshire needs some company. Direct snap to Deming. And he takes it up front the first time tonight that the Spartans are able to stop him. Alexander Finley leads this offense, like my partner Jason said, the #1 offense in this 12U division, scoring 173 points in the season, 28.8 points a game.
And hey, you can see they backing those numbers up by handing that ball off, or should I say direct snapping it to, hey, Mr. Demings back there.
Yeah, so here we go again, and he's got the football. Looks like he falls forward close to a first down. It's going to be 3rd and short as the Maple Heights Saints, very familiar to football people who use sports around the city of Cleveland. Run a fine organization by Mr. John Watt. Been around for years and have put many players in high school and in college, and just has done a fine job. One of them is still I talk to this day, Anthony Wright Jr., who is coaching at Air Force, his alma mater. So ahead goes Demings for the first down, and they'll continue with a fresh set of downs as they approach Spartan territory.
So now this is the ball game right here that the Spartans don't want to get into. That Saints offensive line, they got some big bodies up front, and you don't want to get into a game where they're grinding it out, picking up 3 yards to carry, 4 yards to carry, got those big bodies leaning on you. It's going to wear on you a lot in that 3rd and 4th quarter.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will. We'll see what the strategy is for Southside to stop them. And we'll see what the strategy is for, that's the strategy right there. Give it to Mr. Deming and let him pick his way to the end zone. But at that time, as he did cross over into Spartan territory, and it'll bring up a 2nd down and 3.
Lyman Moffitt is one of the elder statesmen that's still around coaching. He brings over 20 years of head coaching experience to the Maple Heights staff. Former director of the Westside Wolverines, back Tally Tigers. He's got quite the resume, and he's still performing at a high level and impacting the Maple Heights community now. Like I said, everything he touched turns to gold. And, I just tip my hat to Moffitt, for the longevity and all he's poured into community football over the years.
Yeah, Moffitt has definitely been a blessing to our league, and he's coached many players who went on to have stellar careers in the game of sports and outside the game of sports, and still has relationships with those players to this day. Just giving back. And folks, I'll tell you this: if it wasn't for these coaches and these coordinators in this league, there would not be a Muny football. These coaches don't get paid. They provide all kind of resources for the kids on the field and off the field. They feed them. They need something. They try to provide it for them. They keep up with their academics. They care about their kids. We see the passion in them every weekend. We see the passion in the coaches at the meetings, and they fight for their kids every way that they can. And really, in Northeast Ohio, we are blessed to have this. This year, we've almost doubled the size of Muny football, inviting teams in from as far away as Youngstown, going east, south to Columbus, west to Lorain, and even in the Akron-Canton area, we've been joined by some of the best programs in that area, OTA Academy, along with the Akron Armor, which you'll see here in the championship games a couple times as they have come up here and they have served notice to our legacy programs in Muny football that we can coach and we can play football just as well as you guys can up here on the lake. Here we are, and thank you for having us. And Jason, they've come up here in a class way and played some good football and raised some eyebrows.
They have, and you know, it's been a big welcoming on our end. You know, thrilled to have all these new teams on board. And like I said, all the teams are traveling in. You know, it's been a big enhancement. It's been a great experience for our kids to hit the road and travel to, you know, places like Youngstown and Canton, and vice versa, them traveling to Cleveland.
Direct snap to Demi. He tries the left side. He bounces around. It looks like he's going to get the first down, and he does, as the chain crew will move down the field now. And this is, like you said, the last thing that the Spartans need, because they need to stop this team 3 and out before the clock becomes a factor. But right now we are in the first half, second quarter of the ball game, and the Maple Heights Saints lead by 2 scores, 18-7.
All right, hurry up after this first down here.
There's Deming again with the ball. He spins to the inside. Gang tackle there by Southside. Lyman Moffitt calling it conservative. He's got a lead now. He wants to chew clock and get his line going so they can tire out this defense and pick and choose where they want to make their plays.
Hey, we call that old school football there. You know, you had two quick strikes, and now you go out there, you lean on them a little bit. You get them rocking and swaying, and next thing you know, you punch them in the mouth. Knockout blow.
That is football. That is football, folks. And these winners of these games have a choice to participate in National Football League, a national tournament sponsored, where the winners will go down to Florida and play for national championship notoriety, as Deming again tackled by the entire defense, it seemed like, but not before he's able to pick up about 5 yards, and that'll make it again a 3rd and short with 7:30 left to go in the half.
You know, this is a big third down here. And, you know, that Spartans coaching staff, you really want to rally and get some energy behind this defense. If they can drive the Saints back here and get a stop, I think this right here could change their fortunes, because it'll definitely swing momentum their way.
Yes, it would. But right now, that big offensive line, folks, in the 12U division, remember, we're talking 12U, is leaning, and they're leaning forward, and there he goes. Deming just put his head down, and it looks like they're saying that, nope, they're going to call him down. Southside looked a little excited.
And, John, we want to quickly highlight the starting defense for the Southside Elite Spartans. Left cornerback, number 1, Bryce Turman. Number 7, right cornerback, Michael Shropshire Jr. Left end, number 72, Amir Jacobs. Defensive tackle, David Hughes III. Defensive tackle, Jadez Hester. Right defensive end, Ernest Dowdale III. Left outside linebacker, number 2, Chase McKee. Middle inside linebacker, Cordell Scott Jr., number 17. Right inside linebacker, Javen Weatherless, number 15.
Here goes Demi again, slipping a couple tackles on that left side, brought down. Pickup of about 6. And that marching forward, eating up that clock, under 6 minutes in the second quarter.
And they ran that one right there to starting outside linebacker Aaron Carroll's side and rounding out that defense. The man back calling all the shots, number 3, Xavier Steele.
Maple Heights on the march, approaching the red zone of the Southside Spartans. There goes Deming again, and he's brought down. Good tackle right there by the defense.
And flying in on that tackle right there was number 2, Chase McGee.
Oh, McGee on offense and on defense. Excuse me, folks, that was number 3 for the Saints on the carry. Osei Scott Jr., one of the key players. Nick Chubb is his favorite player, and he's one of the captains of this fine 12U ball club out of Maple Heights.
Hey, another big third down coming up here.
And quick snap right up the middle, and he's pushing. He didn't get it. Did he get it? He's gonna be close.
Let's see where they spot this ball. That's gonna be real close.
Nope, he
don't look like he got it.
No, he's before the 20-yard line, so they're not quite in the red zone yet. 4th down, and here's the biggest play of the ball game so far.
4th down, ball is, the nose of the ball is teetering on the 20-yard line, so still outside that red zone area.
That's a long 1 yard.
And, you know, this is where you pin your ears back right here. And at the same time, you have to be disciplined. You have to watch that hard count.
Oh, here we go. Looks like it's going to be a quick snap right to. And he ain't going to make it. He's not going to make it. He is not going to make it. And the seat and the Southside Spartans came up with outside linebacker Chase McKee, number 2. Great job by him on this defensive stance. And that's just what the doctor ordered, Jason, and you called it out.
They live in the moment right there. Denied at the point of contact. That was a great stance, great way to rise to the occasion for the Southside Elite Spartans. That defensive line put their foot in the ground. They went forward. They blew it up. Great job.
So, folks, we might have a ball game here as the Southside Spartans showed their defensive prowess. As folks, if you don't know, the Spartans practice over at John F. Kennedy Stadium. Yes, it is still standing, even though the school is closed. They practice over there. Fine community of folks. If you want to join, you live in that area, check out our website, CMF League, cmfleague.org. Find an organization in your area and sign up. That stingy defense of the Saints did not give up anything on that play. Matter of fact, they're going to lose yards as Xavier Steele tried that right side, but he was stood up and pushed back, and that would be a loss of about 6.
You know, the Southside Elite Spartans so far this game has had the most success running the ball straight ahead, quick dives, quick traps, inside leads. So being backed up in your own end zone, you know, you don't want to be trying to stretch the field on this fast Saints defense.
There you go again. They tried in the middle once again. Saints not having it. So Shropshire is going to have to rethink his strategy on this series of downs as they're backed up behind the sticks, 3rd and say a long 15, 16.
You know, I think the worst thing that could happen to the Spartans is a quick 3 and out. Seeing how long the Saints held that ball last possession. I mean, they held the ball, you know, over 5 minutes, and then to, you know, get on offense from the Spartans and then turn the ball over in a matter of less than a minute and a half.
Well, they've tried to run it both plays. That keeps the clock moving. but we'll see if they can come up with a pass play like they did on 3rd and long in the first quarter and try to get on the board. And they're going to try the left side this time as running backs weaving and trying to get upfield and not quite. And I'm going to say they're going to have to punt this.
Okay, yeah, that right there gives them a little more clearance, creates a little more space. Definitely gives them a little more field to work with. And I'm agreeing with you on the punt. Looks like the Saints going to, they're calling the timeout. It's 2 minutes and 5 seconds left.
Yeah, the Spartans called timeout. They want to talk about it because this is a big down for them. Again, like you said, 2:05 left. You took a look at that instant replay. The running back tried to get upfield. Xavier Steele, he was looking over the sideline trying to hit the mark, but fell short. It's going to be 4th and 5. Unless they got a play that they are really confident in that they can pick up this first down. I think it's too dangerous. This team is too offensively dangerous in the Saints to give them the ball that deep in your own territory.
Yeah, you be playing with fire going forward here. I say go ahead and punt the ball. Try to swing the field, rely on your defense. And I'm not sure what they elected in this game. This is in the 12U division is where we first start with electing whether you want to punt or kick live. So it looks like they may be lining up to go for a play.
And yep, it's quarterback under center.
Okay, it's a hard count.
It's going to be a hard count. He's going to try to get him to jump. And they don't jump. Timeout. Southside. And they will talk about a little bit more. Tell you what, I like their what they call it now, drip.
Yeah, the drip.
I like that drip today from both these teams. The colors are fabulous. They look good. The helmets for the Spartans. The sun is hitting it just right. And I tell you, folks, they look good today.
Hey, John, youth football has turned into, a high fashion statement. It's so fashionable now. Like all these teams that come out here, they got these, sublimation printed jerseys. You can get nearly anything you can think of printed on your jersey nowadays. Chrome lettering, accents on the helmet that really stands out. A lot of these teams tell their story through their uniform, through their apparel, and you can look around the stands, look at the crowd, look at the fans in team gear.
Yeah.
The story is told through apparel nowadays.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I even saw, I think the team from Massillon with fake tattoos, They got this stuff they spray on. I guess it's a stencil, and it really pops, It's glitter, it's reflective. And it really looks nice, and it's great to see the kids having fun with all that stuff. But we can't let them take it too far.
You know what they say now? Hey, coach, you look good, you play good.
Hey, as a player, I believed in the same thing, so they got my vote on that. Back then we wanted to be spatted up. No shoestrings showing, spatted up. And you went out there and you played like the tight ends that I was used to watching, and Kellen Winslow and Ozzie Newsome and guys like that. So Saints back on deep on offense and wrapped up right there. That young man did a good job of bringing Demings down.
Oh, yeah.
David Hughes, the third, the left defensive tackle, reminded them that they are still there, and that is what they plan on doing for the rest of the ball game. They need to stand just like they just had as the clock is ticking toward the end of the first half.
Hey, David Hughes met him right there in the gap, and David Hughes told him, hey, we strap our cleats up and we lace them up the same way. I'm very much in this ball game. How you doing today?
Yeah, he definitely made sure he knew he was there. And there it is again, the Demings on the snap, direct snap, Bulls ahead, runs a man over before being brought down by, look like Cordell Smith Jr., the inside linebacker, but not before Demings is able to get the first down. He's been the workhorse for today for the Saints, folks, as Moffitt has been feeding him early and often. First 2 times he touched the football in this game, he scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about short touchdowns, folks. I'm talking about 70 and 80 yards.
He's a game changer.
Here we go, number 3 on the play, Osei Scott Jr., as he's been given the football. here a time or two, and he picks up positive yards.
And we got 34 seconds and ticking left in the second quarter.
I doubt if they do get another play off. No, they'll get a play off. This will be the last one, and we'll see what Coach Moffitt has dialed up here as we go into halftime. It'll be a naked boot, and there it is. That young man Demi trying to make a big play as they close out the first half, and they're going to get a timeout with 6 seconds left to go.
Yeah, Khalil Demings, the workhorse, a 7th grader out of Clark Middle School. Favorite team is the LA Rams. Favorite player is Christian McCaffrey. But hey, this is what's eye-popping to me, and I want to talk to him after the game and find out what the post-game meal is, because hey, we got a lot of the same likes. He loves seafood and steak, and so do I.
Well, I'm pretty sure his mom and dad's got him lined up for his favorite fruit, as the captain for the Maple Heights Saints is having a career day today in the first half, and they've been feeding him often as a workhorse for this offense, and that steak and seafood has been going to a good cause.
Definitely, because he's earning that today.
So again, 6 seconds left to go. 18-7 is the score as the Saints came out quick and struck quick twice and got up by 3 scores before the Spartans got on the scoreboard.
Hey, as a player, what was your favorite post-game meal?
I don't think I had one. Any food was good food for me. I tell you. Look like a little movement, but no. He got back to throw. He's got a man, number 2, but no. And that will take it to halftime. Again, the Maple Heights Saints lead the Southside Spartans 18-7. Folks, take a break, grab some more popcorn and your cold beverage to drink, and join us for the second half as my partner Jason Dunn and I, John Good, will bring back to you the second half action here from Collinwood Sporting Complex.
I know this. I'm the most animated coach that you've probably ever seen when my team's playing. I go watch my kids play. I don't say boo. I don't wave my arms. I don't try to coach my kids. With all due respect to most parents out there, I probably know more about basketball than most of them. Okay? But I sit in the stands and I don't say a word. There's 2 guys refereeing a 4th grade game on a Sunday morning. What can they possibly be making? $20 a game? I used to do that. I used to make $12 for 10 and under, 15 for 15 and under, and 17 or $18 for high school age kids. Okay? So on a Sunday morning, instead of being in church, those guys are out there trying to make a couple bucks to pay their bills, feed their families. Do you think they really care what 4th grade team wins? Do you really think that they sat at home and said, I can't wait to officiate that game tomorrow because that one team, I can't wait to get that 10-year-old kid and embarrass him in front of people? Do you really think that's what they're doing? I don't try to tell my kid how they should play. You know what I tell my 2 boys when they come ask me, Dad, why are you asking me, man? I didn't run your practice. Go talk to your coach. But don't talk about your coach in front of me, man. Because if you are, then you're not playing basketball. You don't understand why you didn't play better? Go talk to your coach. I'm not your coach. I'm your dad. Somebody disrespects you, then I'm here. If you fail, good. Deal with it. I'm going to help you get up. But don't come talk to me about coaching. I do this for a living, man. I'm not going to criticize a guy that's trying to help you. And then the other part. So that's the officials. Do you think those coaches coaching 4th grade kids are making any money? So there's someone that's giving of their personal time on a Sunday for free to help other people's children, yet we're going to have the adults in the stands yelling obscenities at the officials, criticizing every decision the coach makes, yelling at the kids like the kids, they're 10 years old, man. Like if there were LeBron James and Dwayne Wade playing in the NBA Finals, like the kids, they're 10 years old, man. Like if there were LeBron James and Dwayne Wade playing in the NBA Finals, like they know how to handle their coach over here and their parent over here yelling at them, then we wonder why kids get confused, man, why kids rebel, why kids don't know how to listen. How can you listen when you got so many voices in your head at the same time? You know what life teaches you? Shut things off. And that's the part that's frustrating to me. It's if someone wants to be so animated when there's a basketball game going on, then go coach the team. Go run practices. Show up every day at 6 o'clock at night and run an hour and a half practice. And then you got your team to coach. Or be an assistant coach. Sit on the bench. Yell all you want. I don't care if people on the bench yell at my kids. I got 2 boys. If they don't deal with my children, my children won't be on their team. My child acts up or doesn't do things the way that they're expected to do things by them, not me. And they let it happen, I'm taking my son off the team. I want my son to be challenged, both of my boys. I want them to grow up. I want them to understand what life's about. But that's the part that's sad, man.
All right, Lyman Moffitt, we bring you here, folks. Welcome back to the 12U Division Championship game. At halftime, we're here with the head coach of the Maple Heights Saints, Lyman Moffitt. Coach Moffitt, you guys came out of the locker room onto the field and shot out like a cannon with 3 quick scores in 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. Wait a minute. In 3 plays, 3 touchdowns. What'd you say to your team to get them off to a fast start like that?
That's what we need to do. We can't start slow. It's a championship game. We can't leave nothing on the field, so let's go out there and give it everything we got. And they did a great job of that in that first quarter.
All right, hey, Coach, Jason Dunn, director. Now, going into the second half, how do you keep these guys motivated and keep them from being overconfident going into the second half?
Well, right now, we got a little bit of internal bickering on the blocking assignments. So that's what I'm going to get over here now and fix that. I told Tim earlier that one of the keys to the game was poise, so now we got to keep our poise. We're not worried about the score. We've been scored on before. That's not a big deal, but it's the missed tackles on the score that concerns me, because if we just bring the ball carrier down, they still have 0 points on the board. So just get these guys focused in the second half, go in here and preach team and fundamentals and play discipline and just play sound mental football. We'll be fine.
Thank you, Coach. Get back with your team, and we'll look forward to seeing a great second half from you guys as we did in the first.
All right, thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah.
That was Lyman Moffitt, the head coach of the Maple Heights Saints. We'll be back with the head coach of the Southside Spartans, Coach Shropshire, right after this quick message.
Would you like to stay involved in America's favorite pastime game? If you love the sport of baseball and have some free time, then say yes to umpiring. There's a shortage of umpires in the Cleveland area, which means plenty of opportunity to work baseball and softball games in the Cleveland recreational leagues this summer. Training classes will start in February. To get the best seat in the house and earn additional income, contact Colin Robertson, President of the Greater Cleveland Umpires Association, at 216-314-5594 or email CROBERTN50@gmail.com. We'll see you at the ballpark.
All right, folks, welcome back to the 12U Championship game here at Collinwood Sporting Complex. We're joined by the Southside Spartans head coach, Coach Shropshire. Coach, the Maple Heights Saints shot out like a cannon in those first 3 possessions of the ball game, scoring on 3 plays. Your team was taken aback a little bit, but they came back out swinging and scored. What'd you say to them to keep them focused to get in the end zone and stay in this ball game?
Yeah, I think we got out to a pretty slow start. And as we talked about it before the game started, we knew coming into it it'd be a physical game. We knew we couldn't afford to arm tackle, miss assignments, not blow up lead blocks. So again, we just talked about that over there in the huddle, and I think coming out in the second half, we got a little bit momentum, so we go pick it up. So the guys should be straight.
Hey, Coach, Jason Dunn here. You know, we all know football is a game of 4 quarters. You know, going into the second half right now, what's the team's mindset? Let me know what the temperature is on the sideline. Are the kids ready to go out there and compete this second half and ultimately turn this around and shock the world?
Oh, absolutely. The kids is ready. We know it's now or never. We started in June. We ain't missed a day. So we worked hard all summer long for this moment right here. So we know coming out the gate, it's a game of inches. We know we got to come out. We got the ball. We got to punch it in, one play at a time.
Well, congratulations, Coach Mike Shropshire of the Southside Elite Spartans. Good luck to you. Congratulations for being in this game, but good luck to you in the second half. Go get them.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, guys and girls out there watching, we're about to start the second half of the ball game where the Maple Heights Saints are leading the Southside Elite Spartans 18-7. We'll be right back after this.
The goal of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District is to ensure that every child in Cleveland attends a high-quality school and that every neighborhood has a multitude of great schools for which families can choose. CMSD is a large organization with many policies, regulations, and procedures that shape how the school system serves students and families, and we recognize that these stakeholders may have concerns about the organizational or school environments. Ensuring that parents are able to express concerns and receive responses is important to the district. If concerns are not able to be addressed at the school level, we encourage parents to connect with the district's Ombuds office. The Ombuds office strives to empower individuals to overcome disputes, conflicts, and barriers, as well as to find options for best possible resolutions. The office also assists with navigating through processes while providing information and resources and fostering collaboration as well as effective communication. It is important to remember that the Ombuds office does not replace other CMSD channels for resolving problems and conflicts, but that the Ombuds office is an additional resource to help create a collaborative relationship with the district. You can reach the Ombuds office by phone, email, or filling out a quick and easy form online. We want to make sure that we are able to help resolve your concerns. Learn more about how the Ombuds office can assist you at clevelandmetroschools.org/ombuds.
Lining up. And they're off. Good play right there by the defense of the Saints. Bring them down immediately for a minimal gain.
You know, that was number 0, Aaron Carroll on the carry. Aaron Carroll got off to a fast start, on that first drive by the Spartans. His first carry had a long run, over 30 yards, but then he kind of disappeared. But that's one of the players in that offense, in that loaded backfield, that really needs to see touches to get going.
And we need that offensive line of the Spartans to fire off and stay engaged in their block to give McKee, Steele, and Carroll the opportunity to get to that second level, put some doubt in this Saints defense. Number 1 ranked in the 12U. There's the ball carriers. That looks like it's going to be Carroll on the carry.
Oh, that's number 3. That's Xavier Steele there.
So that's Steele on the carry as Torrey Hemphill Jr. brought him down, but not before he picks up the first down, and that's real good news for the Spartans.
Xavier Steele, familiar name. He's, we've called games, for years where he's been involved in championship series. 7th grader at Heskett Middle School. We start calling these kids names during the championships at 7 years old. We just watched them blossom. I can't believe he's a 7th grader. I remember when he was a termite.
Oh my goodness. A little bit of movement on defense, but not enough to throw a flag. Picking his way through the line and picking up about 5 yards. It looks like it's going to be Steele, but we'll uncover the pile to see exactly who the ball carrier was. That's usually the last person that gets up, and it looks like it might have been Aaron Carroll on that carry. So 3rd quarter, under 7 minutes to go, 18-7. As you saw the replay right there. 18-7, Saints up over the Southside.
You know,
Spartans.
Aaron Carroll's running that ball behind number 95, Jadez Hester. You know, you want to get a few runs behind him.
So a little bit of a counter, and oh, he put the ball on the ground, trying to get extra yards. Carroll was the ball carrier. Saw the ball come out, and it goes right to the Saints, and that was Sir Curtis Wooten.
Yeah, ball security is very important right here. Like you said, you're seeing the counter action, took his jab step, got the ball, and that was just him fighting for extra yards, and the hands in there reaching for the ball. They jarred it loose, and now we got our second turnover of the game.
So Sir Curtis Wooten, ball goes right to him as there's it's like there's a timeout on the field after the turnover, a bit of a timeout, and now we resume play.
You know, that's two huge turnovers for the Spartans. And, you know, going up against this juggernaut Saints team, you have to play a nearly perfect game. You know, you can't get these penalties. You definitely can't turn the ball over, you know, and expect to stay in the ball game.
Well, like Moffitt told us, he wanted to come out fast. They came out fast, and they're coming out fast here in this second half as they pick up the first down. Xavier Steele on the tackle of Khalil Deming, who is making a strong bid for offensive player of the game. As we take a look at his first half stats, what he had.
You know, and you look at that first half. The Saints got off to a, you know, like I said, a fast start. Those Khalil Deming's first two runs of the game was a 65-yard and a 62-yard touchdown run, and then that last one was followed up by number 2, Bryce Scott, with a 35-yard touchdown run in the first half.
Well, here we go again, and that's Demings. Demings, as he is taken to the ground right before he gets the first down. So it'll be second down and short as he lands on the 40, and the first down is like 41 and a half.
You know, right now the Saints are just lining up, and they taking that ball behind Rucker, Jones, and Jackson. They powering off that right side, and they're just moving house right now, moving the chains.
After this play, we'll go down the roster of the Southside Spartans, making it to this 22 championship game. Just their second or third year in the league. This Darius Hiley and his organization. Deming again, plunges out through the middle of the field, gets in the second level of the defense, and able to get the ball up for a first down.
You know, we talk about the incredible job that the coaching staffs do. I want to give a big shout out to 2 phenomenal team moms in Southside Elite Spartans, Marsha Turman and Elizabeth Burton. Both of them women do a phenomenal job in the organization.
There he is again as he steps over one defender and brought down right there, showing his athletic ability and agility. And that was number 2 on the play.
Yeah, that was Bryce Scott. You know, once again, blasting off that right side. Once running it again behind Jones and Jackson Jr. Bryce Scott, 7th grader at Pinnacle Academy. His favorite football team is the Cleveland Browns. Nick Chubb is his favorite athlete, and he's a captain on this football team.
So as a leader, he's picking up some carries right now. They try the inside of that Southside Spartan defense, just trying to take the heart and soul away from him. Like my partner mentioned earlier in the ball game, just lean on them and just demean them and try to bring their spirits down as being unstoppable. But like Coach Schropp told us at halftime, his team is going to keep fighting.
You know, and John, let's talk about the importance and how important it is to be designated as a captain of a team. You know, the weight that carries and the responsibility it carries.
Yes, it does. It's when things get kind of rocky or uneven on the football field, that's when captains step up and level the attitude, level the focus for his team to get out of there with a victory. Protect his teammates, but at the same time, show good sportsmanship in dealing with leadership and respect to the opponent as well as your teammates. You know, this year we've all heard the horror stories that has gone on in youth sports across the nation, and there's a lot involved with that. But it always comes down to it's controllable. It's just people making the wrong decisions in an intense moment and then not thinking about the consequences or what the purpose they're serving on the field, representing their organization, their team in youth activities.
You know, and oftentimes, you read the mission statement, you understand the mission statement, but in the heat of the moment, like you said, it's a decision-making process that a lot of us fail at. And, on the field, we get caught up in, the referee didn't make a call. It was something that we seen that the referee didn't see. So now we're all worked up about it. Now we're, in the official's face, or, it's a parent in the stands who's making a bad decision over a judgment call.
Yes.
So it's, as adults, we have to do a better job of, redirecting that energy and being more of a positive reinforcement for the kids that's watching us.
That's right, and Demings gets the direct snap, tries the right side. He's brought down quickly, but he was able to pick up. I think he might have lost a yard. And nope, he's able to pick up about 2.
This will be huge for the Spartans defense if they can get a stop here. I know it's a 2nd and short right here, but hey, if you can get a stop in the red zone, with 2 minutes to go, on the brinks going into this 4th quarter. I mean, you still want to try to make this a ball game.
Well, it's the same area of the field where they stopped them the first time, but not this time, as Deming is able to get the first down, but there's laundry on the field, and it looks like it's going to be a penalty against the Spartans, and it looks like it's got something to do with alignment. Defensive alignment, or what someone did in the interior.
The last thing you want to do is once again, make these mental mistakes and have penalties.
We got personal foul, number 2, blitzing the A-gap. It's going to be 15 yards, half the distance, first down.
And I thought it was something in the interior because that special rule, again, is for safety for our players and to protect their knees and to make sure that no one gets injured in the interior of the offensive line.
And that rule we speak on is the center shotgun rule, where whenever a quarterback is lined up in the shotgun, no defender can be lined up head up over the center. The closest defender has to be 2 yards off the ball, and those defensive tackles had to be head up over those guards.
So that's a big penalty. That brings them inside the 10-yard line. Will be 1st and goal. We got more laundry on the field, usually before the ball is snapped. It's on the offense, and yes, it is illegal procedure. That'll push them back 5 outside the 10-yard line, but they're still in pretty good field position, and it will still be first down. Real quick, the Southside Spartans team members: Aaron Carroll, Bryce Truman, Chase McKee, Xavier Steele, Justin Donaldson, Justin
Okay,
Chambers,
we got false start.
Michael
Number 7,
Shropshire,
offense. 5 yards, first down.
Michael Shropshire Jr., Jamon Williams, Matthew Robinson, Jaheim Weatherless, David Hughes, Jadez Hester, Cordell Smith Jr., Elijah Chapman, Messiah Dawson, Frederick Ward, Amari Jacobs, Corey Travis, Nigel Wilson, and Ernest Dowdell. Congratulations to all you young men for making it to the championship game. Now they're trying to hold Demings out of the end zone, and he's still fighting. Man, that guy has no quit in him.
The one thing you'll get from both of these teams is a lot of fight. No matter what the scoreboard tells you, these teams are going to fight to the whistles. to the last whistle and to the clock strikes 000.
And that's just a reflection of their coaches. Hard none. Moffitt and Shropshire. Those guys are fine coaches, and they are very competitive.
Michael Shropshire, the Southside Elite Spartans team is actually defending champs. This team has been together for years. Been winning on and off the field, year-round program. These kids play basketball, track, and football.
The old Statue of Liberty play, and he didn't quite get in, but that was a classic Statue of Liberty play where the quarterback had an underhand handoff to the running back, Deming, and drop back. Jason, take a look at it. Look at the quarterback. That's old school.
Mafia going into his bag of tricks here.
That's old school. Wow.
That's what 20-plus years of experience will get you.
That's exactly right. You get a few history lessons along the way. That play was famous back in the 40s and 50s, folks. And it fooled a lot of teams, won a lot of games for some offenses, and it's still going on today.
Hey, last week during the 6U championship game, did you see the "Where's my ball" trick?
Yeah.
They tried to "Where's my ball." They snapped the ball. The quarterback holding it up. Wrong ball.
And they were pretty successful in that play. In the middle, pushing forward, and he's in. And we'll unpile it and see who has the football. But I'm willing to believe it's going to be Mr. Deming. And I think, yep, that's him. So his third touchdown of the football game. Mr. Deming, Khalil Deming, again, the Clark middle schooler, 7th grader, loves seafood and steak. He's a captain. He's a leader on his ball club. His main man, favorite player, Christian McCaffrey, got traded to the 49ers and looking for a new lease on life. And he's looking like Christian McCaffrey today.
Yes, he is. And they powered that ball behind Big A. Aiden Alonzo. And when we talk about phenomenal team moms, the Saints definitely got one on this 12U coaching staff. And their team mom is Miss Alonzo. That's Aiden's mom. She's always near and always close. She's always around. She's a spark plug, and she's just an asset to have on the sideline and part of the staff. So just want to give a big shout out to her and to all the team moms around the league. You do a phenomenal job with being that bridge and being that glue and holding these, holding the coaching staff together, holding the team together. Mm-hmm. You do the dirty work. You do the things the coaches don't want to do. And in some instances, you're taking the same commitment as coaches, time-wise, while dealing with your family and dealing with your extended family on the field.
Mm-hmm. And we do, Jason. We do have some fine team moms. One comes to mind is Miss Sassy over at the Wolverines. She does a great job over there. Miss Kipling over there with Sims Raiders. Miss Triplin over there with the Sims Raiders. She does a fine job of keeping her boys motivated and giving them the resources they need to be successul. And the league just wouldn't be what it is without all those efforts. I mean, these people volunteer and they give a lot.
And once again, from the administrative staff, we can't thank you guys enough.
No, we can't. Extra point try here. Deming's following the big guy into the end zone, and the Spartans looked a little deflated on that attempt. So hopefully Schwab can get them together when he brings them over the sideline. 25 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Saints up 25-7, and the Spartans will get the football on this change of possession. Take a look at the Maple Heights Saints roster. We got Alexander Finley, Brayshawn Scott, Jose Scott Jr., Devin Paul Ragland, Amani Brazel, Khalil Demings, George Rucker, Torrey Hempfield Jr., David Smith, Zion Adams, Delvon Jones, Aiden Alonzo, Dalen Lockhart, Tyvier Williams, Quan Everett, Ramiro Hernandez, Brandon Taylor, Demarion DeLauder, Marquise Law, Sean Boyd, Amir Burtz, Sir Curtis Wooten, and Tremaine Jackson Jr. There's the snap, gives it to the small guys. He goes around corner, and he's got some speed and some moves. Makes a few guys miss, picks up the first down, and that was, I think that was Shropshire Jr.
That right there is number 7, Michael Shropshire Jr. Dialing up that jet sweep to the outside. Shropshire, 7th grader, St. Benedict. Favorite team is the Cleveland Browns. Favorite player is Nick Chubbs. And he's another captain on this team, another ball carrier, and that very dynamic, loaded backfield. And like I said, Michael Shropshire at his disposal, senior, has a lot of different ball carriers he can get a ball to. And right now it's just about, finding a rhythm, just going back to the basics, just trying to look for, positive plays. At this point right here, you don't want any, negative plays. Right now we have a timeout on the field. I'm not sure who called that timeout. But again, you want, and while we're at this timeout, you know what, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go to a timeout. So we'll be right back with the start of the fourth quarter.
Would you like to stay involved in America's favorite pastime game? If you love the sport of baseball and have some free time, then say yes to umpiring. There's a shortage of umpires in the Cleveland area, which means plenty of opportunity to work baseball and softball games in the Cleveland recreational leagues this summer. Training classes will start in February. To get the best seat in the house and earn additional income, contact Colin Robertson, President of the Greater Cleveland Umpires Association at 216-314-5594 or email CROBERTM50@gmail.com. We'll see you at the ballpark.
And welcome back, folks, to the beginning of the fourth quarter of the 12U Championship Division game as the Spartans, Southside Spartans, gives the football off to their speedy running back, number 3, Xavier Steele, and he picks up a big gain, and that's exactly what these Spartans need to begin this fourth quarter. They need a lot of those, though. They got to put together quite a few in order to climb back into this ball game.
Yes, they do, and that was a touchdown saving tackle by the safety back there.
So the safety back there is
like number 5, and I'm having a hard time identifying it here.
I think it was Torrey Hempfield Jr.
Hempfield Jr.
Okay, up the middle. There's a scrum, as they say in rugby. Little, about a 3-4 yard pickup, 3 yards. We'll give him 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7. 8-10, the clock is ticking. These two fine teams made it to the championship game, and this was a tough division, folks. There was a lot of good teams in this division. I mean, first year, we had the first year, folks, of Ted Ginn Jr. and Mike Edwards of Glenville fame and NFL fortune. Have a team in Cleveland Muny football, and their 12U team was outstanding. Outstanding, folks. And they'll be back next year to compete, and they'll be working even harder during the offseason as they put together a total program to work out kids on and off the field. And they've got some special stories over there. So the people in that community, if you're interested in joining Ted Ginn Jr.'s program, he and Mike Edwards over at Glenville, please just visit our website, CMF League, cmfleague.org. Go to the organizations tab, and you'll find information of organizations all over Northeast Ohio that you can join that's convenient for you and your family.
Yeah, when you talk about this 12U division, arguably the toughest division in the entire league and the most loaded, you know.
Nice little jet sweep as it looks like that'll be Shropshire taking it, but
got some laundry on the field.
Yeah, but it looks like we're going to get a hold on Aaron Carroll, who was flanked out here trying to block his space, as Shropshire Jr. had a good game, but had to run it out of bounds.
We got a hold.
We saw that.
Number 0 on the offense. 10 yards from the previous spot. Replay the down.
When you look at this 12U division, you only had one team in the entire division finish the season undefeated, and that team is the Maple Heights Saints. Other than that, it was pretty balanced. And when I say a lot of tough teams, the Collinwood Cobras, like you spoke on, the Guinea Elite, the East Cleveland Chiefs, Akron Armor, Westside Lightning, which was another welcome addition to the league, the Southside Elite Spartans, the Westside Wolverines, Pal United.
Pal United, man, was out there. I'm surprised they're not here. Let's go back for the pass. He's going to throw it away. He throws it straight out of bounds. And he did not want to take a sack. We want to get a flag on that. But how about the Southside Seahawks? I saw them play Jason over at Kennedy.
And that's another one.
Man, I could not believe the speed and the impact that those guys were having on defense. The hits were outstanding, clean ball play, good coaching, and the fans were good in the stands, and we just had a great time.
And and you can see why so many high schools are. I mean, I've seen high schools following this division around all year long because they know they have a lot of seventh graders just going to be incoming eighth graders. Mm-hmm. So they're trying to set those seeds early.
They are.
Get them kids in the program.
This is the division that you want to do it in, even at the 11U division, to get to know the parents and get to know the kid. And they get a chance to get to know you and follow your high school and see what you have to offer for the future of the young people in our league. Oh, Spartan Elite. Call a timeout here. It looks like Maple Heights called a timeout. Moffitt didn't like what he saw, and he is trying to deny them a new set of downs as they're going forward on fourth down, and it's fourth down and looks like it's fourth down and 20.
Man, a mile to go here. It seems my obvious frustration on the Saints sideline. Looked like they had some personnel confusions down there.
Well, he did say that at halftime interview there was some interior lineman assignment issues. I don't know if he was specifically meaning offense or defense. Usually you talk about offense when you say that, but it can be very well on the opposite side of the ball.
The Southside Elite Spartans team finished the season ranked third in offense with 19.2 points a game, and finished 8th in defense, only allowing 8.5 points a game. On the other hand, this Maple Heights Saints team finished first in the division in scoring 28.8 points a game, and tied for first on defense along with the Westside Lightning, only surrendering 3 points a game.
Well, there was only 18 points scored on them all season long. That's amazing, especially in a talented division like this. You had it in 2022. Quarterback dropped back to pass, looking to throw, and he short-armed the football. Not sure. He was trying to hit Carroll, the running back, on fourth down. Panicked, short-armed it, and that will give the ball back to the Saints.
Yeah, his first read was downfield, and that was taken away. And at that time, he was very indecisive. Went to that second read, but by the time he went to that second read, he didn't really want to get rid of it.
No, he didn't.
He knew he needed a mile to go, and
throwing it short wouldn't have got it done.
So we're gonna flip it here.
Maple Heights will take over on offense with a substantial lead, 6-13 left to go in the ball game. 25-7 is the score. Maple Heights, no stranger to Muny championship games. They've had a fine run in their history here playing in Cleveland Muny football.
Yes, they have. Hey, John, I want to give a big shout out to Ted Ginn and the Glenville Tarblooders on their big victory last night over Napoleon in the first round of the state playoffs.
Yeah, that was a fine victory. Looks like this is going to be number 2 on the ball here, Brayshawn Scott, one of the captains of the team. He's brought down hard. Good job by that offensive line. A little misdirection right there. He was able to get off the left side, and looked like Zion Adams and Aiden Alonzo. Those guys really put the smack down over there, and they were able to get the ball upfield, as you can see here.
And he had a blocker out there in front of him just reading those blocks, and he did a great job of scanning bound, keep that clock moving.
And he's just throwing people off of him. Hard to get down, fighting hard. Fighting like a champion. First set of downs. Motion man. And they go with a cross buck, and they give it to Deming, and he's going to be brought down from behind. But the arm tackling, he's strong. This guy doesn't go down easy. And he pulls forward, and they take the football from him, and there's no whistle, and he's trying to run it back for a touchdown to the 20, to the 15, the 10, the 5, and he gave up. Touchdown,
There's some confusion down on the sideline. There sounded like an inadvertent whistle that the Saints coaching staff is pointing out. The head referee went along with the play as a turnover on downs, and he's ruling it a touchdown.
So the inadvertent whistle is not going to be allowed in this case. They're going to go with the continuation of the play, and Coach Moffitt definitely wants an explanation. This is a tough spot for the referees. He looked like he was down. He was fighting hard, and he was throwing people off of him successfully. But he never went down.
You know, and those plays there can always get you in trouble. You know, the defenders are holding you up, and while they're holding, you got one holding you up while the rest are swiping at the ball. You know, then last night on this very field that we're playing on, Glenville won their state playoff game. In attendance last night at last night's game was one of Muny's own, and that person was Rich Paul. Rich Paul was a member of the Sims Raiders when he played Muny football, graduate of Benedictine High School, and most of you know Rich Paul as the agent for NBA star LeBron James. He was in attendance last night.
So that's fine. It's fine young man out of Northeast Ohio, one of our own, doing real good things in the world of sports and looking out for his hometown people. Spartans going to attempt the extra point. No doing right there. He's slunk out of bounds. That was number 3, Osei Scott Jr. trying to punch it in for the extra point, as they need every point that they can get. I wanted to see that instant replay on that fumble that was taken back by a touchdown. Well, it actually wasn't a fumble. The ball carrier, the defensive player, Cordell Smith Jr., grabbed the ball from him and took it back for the score. It looked like he was going to be walked down by the offensive player for the Saints, but in the last 5 yards he gave up, and Mr. Smith Jr. was able to take it into the end zone.
Hey, when you strip the ball like that and you get to heading downfield and you're not used to having that ball in your hands, you running for dear life.
And it seems like it's a long way, too.
It's a long way. You got a pack of wolves behind you. You don't want to get eaten.
Oh, yeah, you don't want to get eaten. So the high-flying offense of the Saints back out on the field. Quarterback with a little cross buck right there. And it looks like it was Deming on the carry once again. This guy has been the workhorse all day long for the Saints, and I can see, Jason, why he is one of the top 12-year-old players in the state of Ohio.
Yeah, one of the top. I'm talking about a phenomenal back, great vision, speed. You know, he's got that Nick Chubb's, that little jump cut, that little hesitation, and it's like all natural movements. I mean, that's just God-given talent right there. It's something you can't coach.
Yes, it is. High football IQ that young man does have. Quarterback gives to him again. He tries the right side, picks up the first down. He's out. Staying inbounds to keep chewing up that clock. We're approaching the 4-minute mark here in the 12U Championship Division game at Collinwood High School Sports Complex. Cleveland Muny football 2022 champions.
Hey, I want to let everybody know out there, all of our viewers, make sure you guys follow us on social media. All of these games will be aired on Cleveland TV 20. We'll post the program schedule, and also on our website, www.cmfleague.org. Social media on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at Cleveland Muny Football. You can find us on all platforms, and you know, the schedule will be posted everywhere.
Oh, it's first set of downs as they approach the territory of the Spartans. They're in their territory now as Demings again takes the football. He's got a slight build, Jason, but he is strong.
Man, very strong.
He
very
throws tacklers off of him, and he takes some hits, and he just keeps right on going. I mean, I can't count how many times tonight that he has had 6 and 7 guys on him trying to drag him down.
You know, he's one of those backs. He knows how to avoid contact, and he also knows how to dish out punishment when needed. So he's not afraid to run through you or run past you.
Well, he has definitely made that impact on this audience here tonight, and they're watching some of the finest football players at this age in the nation. Second down and 1, maybe 2. A little bit of a pulling guard there, and woo, you can hear that crack way up here.
Pads thumping down there still, late in the fourth quarter, and there's still a lot of contact.
Those Southside Spartans aren't backing down. They'll take on a challenge, as you mentioned earlier in the telecast, Jason. These two teams will fight to the end, no matter what the score.
All the way to the end. You know, the Cleveland Muny Football League, home of the finest coordinators in the entire country. I just want to give a shout out to some of our program coordinators, Guinea Lee Cardinals, Charles Dorsey, Sims Raiders Showtime, Chris Parrish, Glenville Elite Panthers, Sean Perkins, East 88th Street Browns, Fred Baker Sr., Guinea Elite, Mikey Edwards and Ted Ginn Jr., Collinwood Cobras, Darnell Banks, Glenville Junior Tarbletters, Miss Charlene Nelson, Cuyahoga Vikings, Demetrius Darman, Impact Youth Bearcats, Sean Austin, Westside Wolverines, Damian Johnson, Westside Lightning, Andrew Baziani, Southside Elite Spartans, Darius Hiley, Southside Seahawks, Lawrence Doon, Pal United, Kevin Penn. And here we go with another play here by the Saints. That's going to be another keeper. He's brought down by Aaron Carroll. You know, following up on these fine program coordinators, the Cleveland Renegades, co-coordinators, Michael Hardaway and Howard Little. Garden Valley Falcons, Danny Solomon. Umoja All-Stars, Tony Cummins. Garfield Bulldogs, Greg Fletcher. Maple Heights Saints, John Watts. East Cleveland Chiefs, Antonio Marshall. Warrensville Tigers, Mark Wilson. Richmond Conquerors, Stephen Green. South Euclid Arts, Lavelle White. Ohio Tiger Academy, Brett Marshall. Akron Armor, Dale Thomas. Midwest Bengals, Darius Javy. Ohio Spartan Elite, Kevin Bonner. Lorraine Titans, Jillian Scarvelli. Akron Blimp City Bears, William McWayne. We also want to give a special shout out to all the supporters around the city and around the community. Special shout out to the City Cleveland Council members, to Councilman Richard Starr, Council President Blaine Griffin, and just the entire, Cleveland community, everyone that supports community football. We would not be where we are, saving the lives that we save, impacting the families that we impact without your support and your help.
Very well said, Jason. As 124 is left on the clock in this game, 12U Division Championship, Cleveland Muny Football, all those people that you mentioned, words cannot express the gratitude that we as an administration have for your contribution to help a lot of dreams come true. A lot of dreams come true. We all know what the pandemic did to not just the game of football, but to the world. And there's a lot of recovery still going on out there. And these coaches deal with that recovery every single day with the parents, with the kids, and they help them fight some wars, some individual wars and battles. And they're winning because they're out here every day. They practice, they're playing, and they're having a good time. Oh, here go the Saints. Third down, and you got a flag.
That's going to be number 99.
Ball start. Number 99, offense. We played it down.
And like you said, going through the pandemic.
Hey, where's the ball? Give me the ball.
The pandemic, really tested us as a community to see, how supportive we were of one another, how well we would bounce back. And as you can see, year 2 coming out of the pandemic, I think we've done a pretty good job, and I think we still got a long way to go, but I think we're headed in the right direction, coming out of the pandemic, post-pandemic, and really serving our communities.
I think so too, Jason. With all the support of those fine people you just mentioned, we can't miss. Great effort again by one of the fine running backs for the Maple Heights Saints. That's Osei Scott Jr. Again, a captain. Osei with a fine effort on that run. It looked like Deming right there, the way he was fighting. And, that's what happens when you start getting guys that fight and that play well. Everybody raises their level, their intensity level, their talent level. It's infectious, and winning teams have that type of infection, and they have those type of guys on their team that's always looking to take the next step up.
and it truly rubs off on you. Like you said, when you got players of that caliber, you can have some players of less athletic ability, but just giving that extra, that extra oomph, or that, running that extra yard, or just blocking that extra, 2 yards. I mean, it gets guys really thinking that, hey, I can play on this level.
That's right.
Given the ability, I can play
and contribute. And another thing it does, Jason, is it's off the field, it brings that competitive spirit in the classroom, coming to practice. They start loving each other. They want to be with each other. If I'm going to come to practice, I'm going to let my man down. I got to be at practice so that we can get this thing together. We can keep working hard. We can keep moving forward. And those are the type of environments and cultures that coaches love to develop. Going outside here on the left side is he dragging one man on one foot. And folks, that's what it's all about for those Maple Heights Saints. I mean, that exemplifies exactly who they are.
And it's nothing like holding one another accountable in the classroom. And, the mantra for these programs are books over ball. Hey, you can't play ball if you can't get it in the classroom. You got to hit those books first, because student always comes before athlete. So you got to remember that, and you got to take that right there every day with you. And you got to, when you're in the classroom, these teachers know if you play Muny football. You not only have a target on your back, but you also have a badge on your heart, because they know what it stands for.
Exactly. And they're looking for you to be a leader, because you're a team player. You know what team atmosphere is all about. And the team tonight is the Maple Heights Saints, 12U champions in Cleveland Muny football in this 2022 season. So congratulations to that coaching staff, Lyman Moffitt, and the entire football team. Jason Dunn will be down on the field with both organizations, with the player of the game, defensively and offensively, and presenting the trophy to the champions. Come back and join us, folks.
The goal of the Cleveland Metropolitan School District is to ensure that every child in Cleveland attends a high-quality school and that every neighborhood has a multitude of great schools for which families can choose. CMSD is a large organization with many policies, regulations, and procedures that shape how the school system serves students and families, and we recognize that these stakeholders may have concerns about the organizational or school environments. Ensuring that parents are able to express concerns and receive responses is important to the district. If concerns are not able to be addressed at the school level, we encourage parents to connect with the district's Ombuds office. The Ombuds office strives to empower individuals to overcome disputes, conflicts, and barriers, as well as to find options for best possible resolutions. The office also assists with navigating through processes while providing information and resources and fostering collaboration as well as effective communication. It is important to remember that the Ombuds office does not replace other CMSD channels for resolving problems and conflicts, but that the Ombuds office is an additional resource to help create a collaborative relationship with the district. You can reach the Ombuds office by phone, email, or filling out a quick and easy form online. We want to make sure that we are able to help resolve your concerns. Learn more about how the Ombuds office can assist you at clevelandmetroschools.org/ombuds.
This is Jason Dunn, League Director, down on the field at the conclusion of the 12U championship game. Let's give it up to both teams, the Maple Heights Saints and Southside Elite Spartans, on a stellar performance today. All right, so I'm gonna first start off by bringing up the head coach from the Southside Elite Spartans, Michael Shropshire. All right, Mike, man, it's been a long road for you to get here. And I'm gonna say, by far, any division, you guys have probably had the toughest road to get here. One of the toughest schedules in the entire state, and hey, you guys survived and you made it here. A lot of teams counted you out. A lot of people counted you out. You guys persevered and you stayed true to your program and true to what you do on the field.
First, I want to give it up to all my parents, all my coaches, all my kids, my team moms. Everybody give it up for yourself.
Yeah, I'm in the booth. Can you text me
It's been a hell of a journey, man. We definitely had a hell of a schedule, but job's still not done. Next week, we right back at it, down in states, representing the league.
Who else is down there? Who else is down there?
All right, so I want to present Coach Michael Shropshire, Sr., with the 2022 Cleveland Muny Football League 12U Division runner-up trophy.
Can you just tell somebody?
Now, I'm going to tell you right now, for these two teams to still be standing here today, the 12U division was the toughest division in the entire state of Ohio. So I got one specialty award to give out.
No, this game coming up.
All right, with 6 tackles and a 65-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown, Cordell Smith Jr. Come on up here, Cordell. Hey, Cordell, you was one of the bright spots on that defense. Hey, you guys buckled down after those first few drives once the Saints scored. You guys didn't drop your heads. You guys didn't waver. You guys got a lot of toughness in you. You still had a lot to fight for. And you guys fought all the way till the clock struck 0. Let's talk about you being prepared and what your coaching staff and your parents did to prepare you for this day.
It's just a lot of work at practice. We prepared all week for this at practice. We didn't get the outcome we wanted, but we fought hard.
Okay, student athlete. So come Monday, you're going to be ready to hit those books hard and be ready to get that state run, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, your 2022 defensive MVP.
Hold it up, John. Good job, brother. Good job.
All right, now joined down on the field with your 2022 12U Division League champions, the Maple Heights Saints. All right. Hey, 12U, who the show? Who the show? Man, you talk about some support. All right, I'm up here with head coach Lyman Moffitt. All right, a veteran in the game, a guy that's been around the block a lot of times. Man, you know what you're gonna get from a Moffitt coach team, from start to finish, hard nose, fighting, scratching, grinding. What you said at halftime was everything. Your team came out in the second half and they held on to that lead and they performed. Just want to talk about, your journey and what you've been going through the last few years with this phenomenal group of young men.
Well, I've been saying for some time, guys, that, there's good, there's great, and then there's special. These group of young men right here are special. All right? We at a different level. All right? Hat goes off to Southside. Great game, guys. You guys fought hard. Now it's all about representing Ohio. Let's take it down to Florida, man, for nationals. That's what it's all about now. All right? To all the fans out here and the parents that get your kids to practice and put the time in and do that extra homework, man, we love you. We thank you. You got a great group of young men with bright futures in front of them. Let's keep them grounded. All right? Also, I put a post up the other day to thank Cleveland Muny. I want to do that on a public scale. Back in the preseason, Dunn posted a lot of stuff, and he said this is going to be a very competitive season. Get your popcorn ready. It was going to be a show. They just didn't know we was the show. But it lived up to the hype. It was a great season, competition across the board. Muny has put on a great product this year, and I look forward to being a part of that moving forward.
Yeah, I really appreciate that, Coach.
I would be remiss also to not shout out our fallen comrade. You guys, some of you know. If you didn't know, we lost Coach Kurt. So long live Coach Kurt. May he rest in power. All right, this season was dedicated to him. So.
All right, so to the both of the teams, what we're doing right now is we're uniting as one. We're doing this for Cleveland. We're doing this for Ohio. So, hey, we got a state run to make. This is to both of the teams. All right, so I'm going to now hand over your hardware. 2022 12U Division City Champs. All right, hold now. Hey, now I got one specialty award. I got one more specialty award.
Take a knee. We got one more.
So this kid had our, hey, listen up, this kid had our clock malfunctioning, had our statisticians grabbing extra sheets of paper, because his numbers was truly off the chart. 257 yards rushing, 3 touchdowns. First 2 carries led to touchdown runs of 65 and 62 yards. Khalil, come on up here, man. Come on, Khalil. Yeah. Mr. Khalil Demis, Mr. Showtime, probably arguably one of the top, if not the top, 12U player in the entire state of Ohio, one of the best in the country. Humble kid. It ain't over with yet, is it?
No, sir. We still got nationals practicing head forward to.
Okay, you got anybody you want to thank today?
I want to thank my mom. I want to thank my parents. I want to thank everybody who sacrificed for me.
Okay. And you gave the ultimate sacrifice out here today, putting the team on your back, rallying the troops. The entire team played behind your energy. And for that effort, you are the 2022 offensive MVP. So, hey, John, after a stellar and a phenomenal 12U championship game, I'm going to throw it back up to you. Take us on now, partner.
Folks, it's holiday season. We want you to be safe and be careful out there. Continue to join us in watching the Cleveland Muny Football League Championship Series here on TV 20, where you'll see a lot of the faces in the community, a lot of people that you may know. Join them and join us in helping us make dreams come true and foundations stable to build great young people, young minds into great adults and winners in society. So for my partner, Jason Dunn, Director of Cleveland Muny Football, I'm John Good, Vice President. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here again soon. Good night.